Hi, I'm Bob Sweeney with the City of Juneau Cable TV, Channel 991. I'm back here at the Police Department. We'll be talking to Chief of Police Dave Beal about what's happening here in this department in the month of September and October. Hi, Dave.
Hi.
So what do you have for us?
Well, kind of have a few items to run past you. We'll start off with our favorite ordinance violations. Just a reminder, there's never seems to be a shortage of those to talk about. With the dry summer that we had, the grass and weeds really didn't grow too much, but in August we had some rain and the heat, and now I'm noticing some weeds that are waist high in some people's properties.
Oh my.
And hopefully they'll take the time to cut them down before we have to send them a notice and that. So there's that. Like I said, we were pretty good all summer long because of nobody was cutting, but now we're paying for it. I think in September, where I've cut my grass more in September than I did all summer long. But, and then this is affecting everybody in the city. The dumpster closure at City Garage. They used to be able to have the city dumpsters open on Wednesdays and Saturday mornings and that. But unfortunately, no fault of the cities, but due to the company that we contract with, they don't have enough drivers, not enough workers. So they're not able to come and empty our dumpsters on a regular basis, and actually the dumpsters that sit there are full, and they can't come until October to get them dumped.
Oh my.
Yeah, it's...
So it's a recurring story throughout the nation, isn't it?
It is. It is. There's, they talk about the unemployment rates and everything, and that extra money for the unemployed that they're receiving, and that, and depending upon what side of the debate you're on, some people say that's affecting the unemployment rate. Others are saying that doesn't have an effect on it, but we're seeing it locally. Here's a good example where this company can't hire enough drivers to fulfill their obligations, and I'm sure if anybody has gone out to eat of late, some of their favorite restaurants are having reduced hours because of no wait staff and other type of help. So that's definitely a concern, but unfortunately the dumpster is our issue,
so that's going to create a situation where people are going to be stocking up at home with all these kinds of things, and when they do get emptied, they'll be filled up immediately.
Exactly. Now next week, I believe, and it'll be on the city website, and I probably should have looked before we started today, but I believe...
So the people can look on the city website, right?
They can look on the city website and see when the citywide bulk pickup is for the city. And again, though, there are restrictions on what you can set out to the curb and everything, so you want to make sure you're not hauling something big and heavy out there only to find out that you got to haul it back, because it's not...
So is there a list on the website?
There is a list of things that are not accepted. I know, like, anything that contains Freon isn't. They have certain size requirements for, like, carpeting and that kind of stuff, and there's, I think, a couple other appliances, but you can pretty much figure air conditioners,
Right.
refrigerators, that type of thing, because of the Freon, they won't accept that. I don't believe batteries either are accepted at the curb. Now, one other thing that people can do, if they, and again, it comes down to, do they have the ability to do this? I have an SUV. Some people just drive cars. I can't necessarily load it up with a bunch of leaky garbage type materials and haul it to the landfill site. I don't, some people don't have that ability, or
Right.
they don't drive at all, and they rely on the city dumpster to get their items there. So hopefully this gets resolved. Other than hiring people to drive, and driving those dump trucks isn't an easy task, that's for sure.
Okay,
So, um, tomorrow, 9/11, is the silent parade in
but
Juneau.
that is tomorrow from when we're recording this, but the parade will be already over with when this program is being broadcast.
Yes, unfortunately it will be.
So I hope you enjoyed the 9/11 silent parade.
Yeah, I hope you do, and I'm hoping that you'll have the be able to come out and videotape it so that it can be,
That's the plan.
yeah. So I think it'll be nice weather from what they're forecasting, and and again, hopefully everybody practices safe social distancing and stays away from down here if they're not feeling well. Because there will be a meal and gathering afterwards at the public safety building, but hopefully it goes well.
Yes, I think it will.
Yeah. And then talking about parades, we got homecoming coming up. Hard to believe that that's that time of year already, but football's in full swing and homecoming's right around the corner. That's going to be October 8th. That's a Friday evening. And that parade will kick off at 4 p.m. Generally, they line up here on South Street, head up to South Main Street, or actually, I gotta take that back, I misspoke. They line up on East Cross Street,
Yeah.
which is by the public safety building here, and then they head north on South Main Street to South Street, and then they head down South Street and end at the school. That's always been a well-attended event, and hopefully they got nice weather for that. Talking about school, there is a new school route pickup for after-school pickup. What the construction project going on down at the school, and plus what the thought of trying to keep as many cars out of the what's known as the elementary parking lot, the elementary side where the half circle drive is down by the school. They've been lining up on Western Avenue, and because people were going beyond the and parking in the no parking zone on Western Avenue and ending up out onto 26,
You're talking about people's cars.
people's cars, that was creating a very dangerous situation. And so this year the overflow from Southwestern Avenue goes and parks on South Street, and then
That's right there by the clinic.
right by the clinic.
Okay.
So the best way to access that is to come in off of Fairfield Avenue, South Fairfield Avenue. That way you can be on the right side of the road and not have to turn around if you come down to the school. And the other thing that we're seeing is parents, grandparents, whoever the people are that are picking up their children, they come way too early. I think school gets out right around 3 o'clock, 2:50, I think, for the elementary, somewhere's in there. Prior to, yesterday I saw a car sitting there at 1 p.m. already. Another one showed up at 1:30, and by 2:30, the street's full. So they're sitting there waiting at least a good half hour. And if everybody didn't come at the same time, that certainly would help with the flow of traffic. So there's that. Trick or treat, and this is not the official date as of yet, but I'm pretty confident that public safety and the city council will go with the Halloween date, which falls on a Sunday this year, October 31st, and we typically hold it from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. So people should watch for that. That'll get posted on the city website once it's official. And then we got the drug take back coming up on Saturday, October 23rd, from 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. here at the Public Safety Building. In the event that you're not able to make the drug take back during those hours, we do have our drug drop box located in the lobby, which is available 24/7. So there's always that option. to partake in bringing your unused, unwanted prescription medications and over-the-counter medications as well.
Okay.
So I think the last time you were here, I talked about hiring a new officer and that we were in the process of doing background checks. And unfortunately, I must report that during the background check process, the people that we were looking at, we had to take a pass on. So we're starting the process over, and we took applications again. That closed on the 3rd of September, and we have interviews set up for the 3rd week in September, and hopefully out of that round of candidates we'll be able to select a new officer. We've been short since about April, and like I said, hopefully we'll be able to find a good candidate and get somebody hired on. Because
How many candidates did you get? How many applications did you get?
It's down compared to what we used to. We used to get 30 or 40. I think this time around it was down to about between 10 and 14. And out of that, though, there's some of them that weren't certified, which creates a problem for us. Because of the size of our agency, we have not done this yet. It's something that we're talking about constantly on how we can improve our hiring and what we can offer as an incentive to people. But when they're not certified, that means they have to go through the police academy yet. And that's about a 6-month process. And then after they come out of the academy, we have about a 3-month process of field training. Well, that equates to just about a full year. Probation is about a year. And that first 9 months basically would be spent in training, with no guarantee that they're going to be successful. And there's a cost and an investment that we would be making. So in the past, we've never sent anybody through the academy. We've always been able to hire people that have been certified, but the website that we use to advertise on, it's WileyNet. It's a law enforcement based website that people have access to, and they can do job searches, because that's where we post our advertisement on. There's probably at least some 70 agencies in the state hiring, and they're hiring multiple officers, so it's very competitive. You know, and sometimes it's hard for us smaller communities to compete, mainly on the wages. When you look at benefit package, City of Juneau offers excellent benefit package, so that it's not just, you know, when they say benefits and wages, it really comes down to wages for us, because we can't pay what the bigger municipality, you know, it's only common sense. You know, there's only so much money the city has to work with, and but we pay a fair wage, but it seems that money drives everything, unfortunately. So on a good note, my replacement squad car that got smashed up back in January, finally, and I have to say finally a couple times, finally arrived last Friday. So after being about 3 months later than the promised delivery date, and again, because of the microchip shortage, that's why all the other car lots in all over the place have 1 or 2 cars on at best, finally has come. So I'm pretty excited about that. And this week it's down at the installer to get the red and blue lights and siren and radio and all that police stuff, the official term police stuff, installed in it. And So like I said, pretty excited about that. That'll bring our fleet back up to where it should be. And
Now, are these all SUVs now?
yes, the only car manufacturer that makes a sedan yet in a police model is Dodge,
Dodge Charger?
and that'd be the Dodge Charger.
Yeah.
The one that just came that I'm so excited about is a Durango, Dodge Durango.
Oh, okay.
Very nice vehicle, very nice ride, very comfortable. The other squad car that we replaced earlier is a Ford Explorer. And so Ford and Dodge and Chevy, actually, Chevy makes like their Tahoe and pickup truck in police versions. And then Ford makes their F-150 and their Ford Explorer. And then Dodge has their Charger and Durango. And then the last thing that I have is Kathy Ferrari, our longtime administrative assistant, retired after 32 years on September 2nd. We wish her well. She served the city in a couple of capacities. When she first started, I think she spent maybe about 2 years at City Hall doing various deputy clerk positions and accounts receivable and that. And for the last 30 some years, she worked here in the police department. So
Retirement's a good thing.
yeah, I'm starting to think more and more about that. I'm getting to that point in my career where retirement is something I think about. Put it that way. I'm not saying in the near future, but it's something that I'm starting to think more and more about.
So, everything else is hunky-dory.
Well, as good as it can be. As good as it can be.
Anything else?
I think that covers it for this month.
All right, good. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.